there is something behind this door that I have never seen before, and I am super excited to show it to you. All right, so today we are gonna show you two stunning houses in one of the best neighborhoods in one of the best suburbs of North Austin. All right, so today we are in Georgetown, Texas, in a great neighborhood called Wolf Ranch. All right, now I'm super excited to show you the houses right here, these two houses that are right behind me, but they are not perfect houses, okay? So throughout the tours here, I'm gonna tell you the 3 different things for each house that I think could be a little bit better. Your boy Barrett ain't holding back today, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but I wanna see me some houses. All right, so house tour number 1. Now, right before I walk in the front door, I just wanna challenge you. I am going to tell you my 3 least favorite things about this really great house, but before I do that, as I'm giving you the tour, see if you can guess kind of my 3 dings against this house, and we'll see if you're right. Okay, so we come right through the front door, and per usual, I'm gonna skip some things I think are really, really interesting about this house in the very front. We're gonna come back to it, but I always like to get you just kind of straight into the heart of the home, because most people, you're gonna walk right through your front door, coming home from the grocery store, coming home from school, work, whatever, you're gonna come right into the living room. Okay, so you got this big kind of tall ceiling in here, open living, dining is kind of back over there in the corner, kitchen here. First, let's kind of hit the kitchen. So nice big kitchen, look at this. A humongous kitchen island for this size of kitchen. I absolutely love this. You got the big single sink right there in the middle. Kind of come back here to the back of the kitchen and you've got a pantry, decent sized pantry again for this size of house, corner pantry. Always love that. Again, you don't need me to tell you all about this kitchen. You can see it. Why would I tell you when you can see it? Anyway, you got this dining space over here. So no dedicated dining room, but you do have this somewhat compact kind of dining area here. I think they did a wise job using this round table because they could fit 6 chairs right here. But I really like the natural light over here, looking onto the backyard. You know what? Let's hit the backyard while we're here. So right here off of the dining room, you got the back patio here. Again, look, super tall ceiling for your back patio. Nice little spot to kind of chill. You got the kind of built-in plumbing over there for the gas grill. And then you got the backyard. So these are 70-foot lots, which just means from the imaginary fence that should be right over there, all the way to right there is 70 feet. So there you go, that patio, backyard. All right, now we're right back in the living room. Okay, so again, big tall ceiling, lots of space here. I don't know that I would want to put a TV here for reasons I'm going to tell you about here in just a minute. But another reason is I wouldn't want to kind of be chilling on my couch right there and having to crane my neck. I'm not trying to crane my neck, y'all. I'm 41 years old. This neck can't be craned anymore. Aaron sighting number 1. Look at that guy. This is the married guy. This is the wedding guy. Look at that. Aaron just got married, so he is officially unavailable, ladies. Don't even look at him anymore. He's just for Haley. All right, so here we go. So we're coming into the master bedroom here. Nice, big, open primary, king size bed, just to give you context for kind of the size of this room. I love the tray ceiling, big open windows looking onto the backyard. Beautiful. Hop into the bathroom. Now, y'all, I'm gonna tell you for this size and price of a home, which we're gonna talk to you about the prices also here in just a little bit, this bathroom is unreasonably nice. Okay, this is crazy. So double vanities, you got the huge walk-in shower. Just look at this. I'm gonna go in here. So come in one side, you could play pickleball in here. You could play all kinds of stuff in here, not to get weird. But anyway, there's that. You got the standalone garden tub. Like I could get in that tub. I'm 6.5 feet tall and I'll fit in that tub just fine. Commode room, as well as the master closet. Really decent sized master closet, again, for this size home. Let's see what else we got here. So that is the primary suite. And then right across the hall from the primary suite is the utility room. And something you're gonna find with this builder, with Drees Custom Homes, is you're usually gonna have room for like a mud area, a fridge, sink, washer dryer. Love it. Just trust me, there's a 2-car garage behind here. And guess what? It looks exactly like a 2-car garage. Little storage here. Nice little utility room. So for most people, if you're driving in it, you're pulling into the garage, you're gonna come through this section of the house right into the living room, all right? Now, let's go back to the front of the house so I can show you 3 really cool things that we missed, all right? So for context, here's the front door. I walk in the front door, I'm gonna hang a right, and you've got this sweet little quaint, kind of compact office space. And I actually really like this. It's not more than you need. You got these kind of double glass French doors. And then right over here, we've got the half bath. So this is the bathroom that the guest would use. I talk about this a lot on this channel. This is maybe just like a Barrett quirk, but I really like when the half bath is away. Like, look at this. There's the half bath. Way over there is the living room. I really like that because when your guests are going from the living room to the bathroom, no one wants to hear them do their business. All right, at least I don't. If you do, that's your thing, I guess. But anyway, so I really like that. And then in here, you've got this kind of space. I don't know exactly what you would use this for. They have it set up as a media room. I don't know that I would have it set up like that. Maybe some people would set it up as like a formal dining room. I don't know, like just kind of a formal sitting room. They have it set up like a media room, and that's your thing. More power to you. And then right across the hall here, we've got kind of the first guest room. Now, straight up, this is a small bedroom, okay? I would only use this for guests because right out here is the front yard. And I don't like the idea of kids being in the very front of the house just for safety reasons. I don't know. Maybe again, that's another Barrett quirk, but I don't know. Is that important to you? Like if those types of things are important to you, you really need to get a hold of my team so they can sit down with you, talk about the things you love about a home, things that you hate about the home, things that you want to avoid, things that you do want. So that we can sit down with you and point you to the perfect suburb, the perfect neighborhood, and probably even the perfect plan for you. So don't hesitate, we got your back. Anyway, this bedroom has its own full bathroom attached to it with a walk-in shower, nice big closet right there. So yeah, guys, so that is the downstairs of home number 1. Now, let's head upstairs. All right, so you get to the top of the stairs and you kind of have this funky little, like, I'm sure you can tell in the B-roll, you have this kind of funky shaped like game room up here, okay? So some people are gonna wanna put a TV on that wall and this can be just like a gaming room, like an actual video gaming room. I don't know that I would do that because right here down the hall, you have your own dedicated media room. And I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but for this size and price of a home, this is like one of the biggest media rooms I've seen in a house like this. So I really like that. You also have this kind of built-in kind of elevated study area. So I think that's just a cute little nice touch. And then back here, it's just the bedroom wing of the upstairs. So we got bedroom number 1, kind of kids guest bedroom, like a little L shape. Then you've got another bedroom that looks out here to the front yard. Really nice sized bedroom. This one is actually cool closet with a window in there. And then there is a shared full bathroom. All right, so I really like it. This is simple, sensible. I really like it. Now, let me talk to you about the 3 things about this house. I don't know if you already guessed it, but let's see if you're right. So the 3 things that I'm just not in love with about this house. All of these things are overcomeable, certainly, but here they are. Okay, so the first one is this game room. So let me see if I can get a better view of this. So this game room is just kind of like an awkward size, okay? So it's one of the smallest game rooms I've ever seen for a house this size. Like they have it set up like a card table room, sure. The media room right here down the hall is significantly larger than this game room. So I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of an awkward size for a game room, all right? Okay, so now let's go downstairs and we'll go right almost into the downstairs media room. So this is another thing. It's not that I don't like this. I just think it's kind of a ding. Like this space right here, just again, front door, office, second office, media, dining, second living room. That's my point, is I don't know exactly how to utilize this space the best way. And if you do, let us know down in the comments, but I think that's kind of ding number 2 is I don't feel like that space is super properly utilized. And the third ding against this house, in my opinion, is this is your only real dedicated dining space. And I say dedicated, like it's definitely gonna be kind of a thoroughfare from the kitchen to the backyard. If you're like hosting people here, you wanna have a big dinner, it's just like everyone is kind of isolated to that area. So it's the only dining space, which is fine. It's just a little bit compact. I don't know if that really translates in this video, but for me and my family, we would probably want a dining room that's a little bit larger than that. So did you guess it? All right, that that was house number 1. And right before we hop into house number 2, which is stunning, let's talk a little bit about Georgetown in general and Wolf Ranch specifically. Okay, so if you have watched this channel for any amount of time, you know that I am an unabashed fanboy of Georgetown. I'm just gonna put all my cards out on the table and just tell you right now that Georgetown is my number 1 favorite suburb in all of Austin. So I live smack in the middle of Austin, the city of Austin, and right now, like, if our neighborhood just caught on fire, no question, I would move my family out to Georgetown like that. And there are a few different reasons for that. One of them is that Georgetown is just a very vibrant, family-friendly neighborhood, but it's friendly to all types of people. If you're single, if you're upsizing, if you're downsizing, if you're elderly, if you're a young professional, like, there is really something for everybody out here, all right? And another reason is that I'm just a huge fan of those kind of old school, quintessential, idyllic, historic Texas downtowns. And look, I've done an entire vlog tour of Georgetown as a whole, where we spend like 30-40 minutes just telling you about Georgetown. So if you're interested in watching that, you could check that out right here. But I absolutely love downtown Georgetown, and there are just so many things to do outside. So you've got Lake Georgetown, you've got the San Gabriel River, there's parks and trails all over the place. My wife and I were actually supposed to go do I think it's a 26.4 mile hike around Lake Georgetown this past Tuesday for my wife's birthday, but she woke up and she's sick. She's still sick, actually. So I really want to do that hike at some point, but my wife takes our sons every year on their birthday. Their birthdays are really close, and so she takes them out there on a hike for 2 nights, 26.4 miles, and it's just like unreal. It's just crazy, the access to nature and those types of amenities that you have out here in Georgetown. And just FYI, I don't think I've said this yet, but Georgetown is like a northeast suburb of Austin. I say it's a suburb of Austin, but it really feels like it's its own thing. But just so you know, if you're commuting in and out of Austin, it's going to take you about 30 to 45 minutes in and out, depending on what time of day you're traveling. Now, let's talk a bit about Wolf Ranch specifically. So our team loves Wolf Ranch. We actually had a client who reached out to us just like you from YouTube, and she and her family, they just closed on a house in Wolf Ranch last week. But they are one of many families who we've helped move out here over the years. So people love Wolf Ranch, I would say primarily because of, again, the family feel, the amenities, and the safety. So right now Aaron and I, we're out here filming during school hours, but if it was outside of school hours, like, you would see kids riding their bikes, playing basketball in the street, in their driveways, like all over the place. And then Wolf Ranch, they've got 2 amenities centers, and actually one of their amenities centers just got voted this past year by the Austin Business Journal. It got voted as the #1 amenity in all of Central Texas. And also, in addition to Drees Custom Homes, they've got some of our other favorite builders out here, like David Weekley, Highland Homes. Oh my gosh, there's probably plenty of other ones that I'm not thinking of right now. But out here at Wolf Ranch, like I said in the intro, it is a really, really good bang for your buck out here. Like, these homes that I'm looking at right now, if we were in the city of Austin, they would cost, no question, $2-3 million. But out here, whenever I tell you what the prices are of these homes, I think you're gonna be absolutely stunned. And seriously, I mean, as I'm just sitting here about to walk into the second house, I'm looking at these Drees Custom Homes models. There's a Coventry Homes model, a David Weekley model. Like, again, these are some of our absolute favorite builders that we talk about all the time on this channel. And I could talk to you so much more about Wolf Ranch, and someday we will if you reach out to us. But for now, honestly, I just want to get into this second house. I'm so excited to show it to you. So again, just like the last house, as we're walking through it, see if you can tell what my top 3 kind of negatives about this house are, okay? Again, I absolutely love this house, all cards on the table, but there are 3 things that just kind of bug me. See if you can guess what they are. Now I'm ready to see this house. Are you ready to see this house? Let's get in there. Okay, so in this house, very similar. So you walk through the front door, and remember, see, the door's open this time, but we're not gonna go in there quite yet. I'm gonna show you that here in just a little bit. One of the craziest things I've ever seen. Skipping some stuff in the front of the house, obviously, and we're gonna get you straight into the heart, because this heart of the home is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at this. You kind of walk straight into the, like, pretty open kitchen, living, dining area. Like, this is what I'm talking about, people. Now, if you are interested in the house next door, you should definitely not see this house first, because you'll be kind of bummed out by that house next door. This house is freaking awesome, all right? So Kitchen, super sleek, super sexy, big island right in the middle. Let's pop in here. Oh, there you go. So see the pantry here, nice corner pantry, little prep area over here off to the side. You got the fridge and then it flows right into the living room. Now again, there's a big open living room. So this one you can see here, you do have the TV up there above the mantle. I'm not in love with that. I don't always love that, but this is honestly okay because it's a little farther back from the TV, so I don't mind it too much. Okay, we're gonna go in the backyard here in just a little bit, but right over here on the other side of the room, you got this big, grand kind of dining area. It's an 8-seater table, which is crazy, and it still looks a little bit small in this dining room just because it's so huge. Aaron siding number 18.5, subdog, still unavailable. Okay, now over here, on the other side of all the kitchen, living, dining stuff is the primary bedroom. Again, big open windows to the backyard, nice tall ceiling with the tray feature up there. That just means like, see that little like indentation that goes up? That's called a tray ceiling, or at least I'm pretty sure what that's called. They didn't teach me that in real estate school. That's just Barrett knowledge. All right, so you got these double doors going right into the bathroom here. And guys, this is a bathroom for a sultan, okay? This is crazy. Like, look at this big old walk-in shower here. Very similar to the last one, except this one is like even more awesome, more grand. You got 2 shower goods here. So draw your own conclusion, people. All right, this isn't a health class. All right, so then you walk right in here to the bathroom, to the master closet. You got your big, Aaron earlier was like, why do they have those rods way up there? It's like, they kind of have this extender stick thing where you can pull stuff, whatever. You don't care about this. Okay, double vanities, commode room here. I was just about to say, did I miss the master closet? And we literally just got back from the closet. I'm getting old, guys. So that is the primary bathroom. Going back through the master bedroom. Oh, and they've got this little like coffee station area that I think is so cool. Like, I would love to have this at my house. I just think that's a really cool detail. All right, and then right before we get back to the living room area, you've got this little kind of half bath right off the little vestibule here. So I think that's a pretty interesting placement for the half bathroom. Okay, so now let's go into the backyard. I can almost guarantee you that's locked. All right, so one thing I think is really cool is these like big open sliding glass doors. You can push these all the way open. You can do the same thing with the sliding doors on the other side. So you can basically make this kind of like a combo indoor-outdoor living area. You got the built-in grill here with the bar. Like, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what a back patio should look like. All right, nice big tall ceilings, super extended. You could have a TV out here, watch the game out here. Okay, and then again, the backyard, 70-foot lot. You see the fence is right there. So not the biggest yard in the world for a house of this size. There you go. That's what you get. All right, so let's close this bad boy back. Oh yeah, shoulder workout. I didn't get to work out this morning at the gym because my wife is sick. So that was my shoulder workout right there. Okay, so let's go back up to the front of the house and see a couple things that we missed. Right over here to my left, I'm gonna show you all this after we see the upstairs because it's just totally crazy. I really want you to be able to take in this like really, really awesome feature of this house, okay? So you walk right in, straight to the right, nice kind of compact size study, office, playroom, library area, again with these double glass French doors here. Then right across the hallway here, you've got this humongous utility room. Again, you got sink, washer, dryer, storage all the way to the ceiling, fridge here where you can put your deer mates, some storage right there, a little mud area here. And then normally this would be a 3-car garage, the door to the 3-car garage. For the model, it's a 2-car garage just because they had to put it on a little bit smaller of a lot, but normally that would be a 3-car garage. Now it's time to head upstairs. So you get to the top of the stairs, you got a nice size game room. Again, this is the size a game room should be. Plenty of room for like a full-size pool table here. Enough room to sit kind of along the windows over there. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And then it opens right up into, I would say, like a pretty compact size for the size of the home. Media room here, but I like it. No windows, just like a media room should have. Let's go across a little balcony here. See the front door right there for context. All right, so we got the first kind of kids guest room here with an attached bath. I think it's funny, like they got a baby crib here with an attached bath. It's like, what kind of baby needs a full bath? full bathroom in their room. But anyway, I probably wouldn't make this a baby's room. So attached full bath here. We're gonna curve around. I think that's actually a really cool little architectural feature right there, this little curve. You got this little kind of hideaway study area right here, which I think is cool. It's kind of like this little back area. I like how like secret this back area is. Over here, we got a nice sized pink bedroom for a guest, for a kid, with an attached also pink bathroom. So if you want a pink bathroom, you got to reach out to us so that we can get it for you. All right. And then right next to that, a very nice sized bedroom. Like, take this in, like cowboy hats, y'all. Come to Texas. We'll get you some cowboy hats on the wall. All right. Here we go. And then look at this guy. Look at this guy. I think this is a pretty cool picture. In this picture, this cowboy right here represents you and our team. And this bull right here represents the deal we're gonna get you. Represents the builder and the deal we're gonna get you. We're gonna ride that thing, boy. Let's do it. Okay, so right over here, I'm gonna hang a left. You got the full bathroom here. Again, pretty compact. Essentially, this bedroom over here has its own bathroom. This bedroom, this huge cowboy bedroom right here, essentially has its own bathroom right here. It's just not attached. So like if they were guests that were up here, you know, hanging out in the game room, watching a movie in the media room, they would be able to use that bathroom and they wouldn't have to go through anybody's room. Okay, now, before we talk about all the pricing for these homes, which is crazy, I have got to show you this thing in the front of this house that just like blows my mind. All right, here we go. Aaron sighting number 40. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There he is. Okay, so here we are. For context, front door, right? So I'm gonna walk through the front door, hang a left, I'm gonna pull a U-ey. Normally, we'd have this door shut. So we're gonna open the door and you've got a full on, I don't even wanna call this like a hotel suite. This is like a full on apartment. It's like an attached separate apartment. So you got a full-on nice size little living space right here. You could have a little breakfast table. You could definitely put a longer table here and have more of a dining area. And this is something that we never see in these little kind of like in-law apartments here. It has a full kitchen, okay? You got microwave, sink, oven, refrigerator. We often see these where it's like a little kitchenette, like at a hotel or something, but look at this. This is a full kitchen. What more do you need? I mean, I guess you can get a pizza oven in here. I don't know. This is all you need. Okay, and then in here, again, normally when we see these, you see a very tiny little bedroom. This is a full size. You could easily fit a king size bed in here, no problem. And anyone, kid coming home from college, kind of multi-generational living people, like anyone would be happy and proud to have this bedroom. Okay, and then of course, what would it be without a full attached bath with a walk-in shower? You don't even have to step up or anything. Got your own dedicated closet. Like y'all, I've been looking at houses for 11 and a half years, going on 12 years now, every day. And I have never seen this before. Now, I can't lie. I think this house is pretty freaking epic, but what do you think the three dings are against it from my perspective? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is for a home of this size, I do wish the backyard was significantly larger. So this is like a massive house, like a 5,000 square foot house, and you got a pretty tiny yard here, right? Now, that's cheating a little bit because I don't know if you remember when I mentioned earlier that the lots for these models are smaller than a typical lot. So normally this lot would go back pretty significantly further. Like, I don't know if you can tell the house like across the way, that's just like a normal house that's for sale. And I mean, you can see it goes back a lot deeper, but even so, just being 70 feet is pretty small for a house of this size. And if it were me, maybe I'm just spoiled, been living in Texas all my life. I honestly wish these lots were like maybe 90 to 100 feet wide. And I think that would be adequate. So again, definitely overcomeable. It's just, in my opinion, one ding, kind of a small yard. Now, ding number two is this all goes back to like a house of this size, which I love. But come on, guys, like a house this size should have a pantry that's a little bit larger than this. Again, totally overcomeable. My family, this would be plenty of space, and you've got tons of other storage here, like right here by the microwave, like tons of storage that you can use as supplemental pantry space. But again, for my taste, a house of this size, wish the pantry was a little bit larger. Third ding, and I alluded to this a little bit earlier in the house next door, but you got this half bath and kind of like an awkward space in the house. Like it's literally right next to the primary bedroom. And right here, I'm back in the living room, dining area. So like, say you're having a Super Bowl, you're hosting a Super Bowl party, right? Everyone's over here watching TV, you got snacks and chips and dips over here on the dining room table, and then someone's got some, you know, they ate some buffalo wings and they're like, oh, they need to have a blowout, right? Well, like, it happens, guys, it's biology. Well, you gotta just step right over here into the bathroom, and it's like, I would not want everyone right here in my business, and I don't want to hear their business. All right, so again, I think this house is stunning. I think it's epic, but those are the only three things that I do wish I could change about it. All right, now, before we wrap up this video, we have got to talk about some pricing. So what does it actually cost to live out here in Wolf Ranch? So something I want you to keep in mind throughout this section is that you can essentially think of there being three kind of price tiers in this really great neighborhood. So there's gonna be entry level, mid-level, and kind of your more luxury price points. Now, I also want you to keep in mind that Wolf Ranch is a massive master plan communities, and there are a lot of really great builders out here. And so I'm gonna try to do my best to give you a simple, succinct expectation for pricing. But if you really wanna know exactly what does it cost for certain sizes of lots with certain builders in certain sections of the neighborhood, you really just have to get a hold of my team so they can sit down with you and hear about what you love, what you hate, what you really want, and they can get you super tailored pricing depending on exactly where you're at and what you're going for. So you can get 50-foot lots, 60-foot lots, 70-foot lots out here, different builders, different finishes, different upgrades, different builders, like it in every option you could possibly think of has a different pricing schema. So let's jump into it. All right, so first let's cover entry level pricing. So if you're wanting to be at the entry level, the cheapest you can possibly be in Wolf Ranch, you're either gonna be on a 50 or a 60-foot lot. You're probably gonna have a house somewhere between 18 and 2,400 square feet. And this is gonna be perfect for kind of first-time home buyers or typically kind of downsizers. And for people in that situation, you can get a home out here for somewhere between the kind of 400,000 and 500,000. Now, that's gonna be for a smaller house that's pretty stripped down, not a ton of upgrades, but you definitely can get into Wolf Ranch as low as the 400,000s. Now, in terms of the mid-level pricing, you're probably gonna be looking at a 60-foot lot. Your home's probably gonna be somewhere between 2,400 and 3,200 square feet. It's gonna be a mix of 1- and 2-story homes, very, very family-friendly, perfect for young, growing families. And for that type of product, you're probably gonna be looking somewhere in kind of the mid 600,000s to the upper 700,000s. Now let's talk about the big Mac Daddies, all right? So for the more luxury upper level pricing tier, you're probably gonna be looking at a home that's somewhere between 3,500 and 5,000 square feet. It's definitely gonna be on one of those bigger 70-foot lots. You're probably gonna have some sort of hill country view, much more luxury finishes, very similar to kind of what you're seeing all around me. And for that type of product, you're definitely gonna be somewhere between kind of the lower 800,000s to the lower 1 millions in terms of price points. So when I say there's really something for everybody out here, we're talking from the low to mid 400s all the way up to the low millions. And that is a very wide range. Now let's talk about typical pricing out here at Wolf Ranch. Now, if you just want the average 4-bedroom, I don't know, 2.5 to 3 full bath home, built by a great builder with good medium grade, but still very quality finishes, median price out here is around $615,000 to kind of $630,000. So if you can come out here and spend anywhere in the kind of the mid sixes, you're gonna get a really great house in a great neighborhood, safe, great schools that you're gonna be super proud of. The HOA fees out here are a lot less than what you would think based on the amenities that you get out here. So I'm fairly certain that no one's HOA out here is gonna be more than $100 a month, all right? So typically it's about $1,000 to $1,100 a year in terms of HOA fees out here, all right? And the property tax rate is around 2.46% a year. So it's definitely something you're gonna wanna keep in mind. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, I'm just wrapping up. Thanks for letting us kind of have our run of the place. Now that you understand that, let's actually talk about the pricing of the models that we have given you detailed tours of today, okay? So that plan that I showed you just right next door, the one that's smaller than this, that's called the Dakota plan. And it's about 3,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. It's 2-story. You got the kind of family secondary living room that I don't exactly know what you would do with it. Downstairs, you got the media room, the game room, covered back patio. It's a little bit more kind of compact, a little bit more efficient of a plan. And the base price for that model is $839,000. And that's if you didn't want any of the upgrades. It's just plain Jane, wham bam, thank you ma'am. And we always tell our clients, you know, plan on putting about 10% back into the home in terms of upgrades. So probably plan on putting about $84,000 of upgrades into the home so that you'll feel super great about it. You'll feel very proud of it. I would estimate there's probably about $125,000 of upgrades in that home. The builder sales rep didn't tell me that, but based on our experience, that's what's over there. So what would that be? 840, 940, 965. So I would think that that house next door as is would be about $965,000. Now let's talk about this model. Okay, so this house that we're in right now, it's called the Grantley plan. And again, full disclosure, this is one of my favorite houses that I have toured from a big production new build builder in a very, very long time. All right, so this is called the Grantley plan. It's about 5,000 square feet. You can get it smaller, but all that to say, this one's about 5,000 square feet. It says 4 bedrooms, 4 bath. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says it's 4 bedroom, 4 bath. I think it's actually 5 bedroom, 4.5 bath. If we count the apartment suite down here, which I absolutely would count it. It's on a 70-foot lot. You got these mega super high vaulted ceilings. You got the guest apartment suite, open living, huge extended outdoor space back there. Like really, really stunning, really beautiful. The base price for this model is $979,000. And I'm gonna go ahead and estimate they probably have about another $150,000 of upgrades in this home, no question. All right, so that means this home would be, let's see, $1,080,000, $1,2 million. So this home, as it is, in my opinion, would cost about $1,130,000. But if you want to see up close and personal how Wolf Ranch compares to some of our other favorite Austin area neighborhoods, check out our neighborhoods tour playlist right here.